It is really important for people when they get into relationships and they self-develop. This video that I'm making is about how to be a better partner in relationships. There are a list of things that one can look into that can make the relationship that you're trying to build to become better. Number one, it is practicing active listening. Pay to your partner's words, pay attention to your partner's emotions and their needs. Do not interrupt them, especially when they're trying to express themselves, because there's a tendency when we get into relationships where people always interrupt, either because they are feeling emotional or they lack the empathy to listen to another person until they finish. People listen to respond and they don't listen for comprehension. Hence, it creates a lot of misunderstandings in relationships. It is always important to try to understand the person's perspective instead of your own perspective, because no matter how much you feel or how high your feelings might be, it doesn't mean your perspective is the only one that is correct. Just because you're a woman or you're a man, it doesn't count. You need to allow your person and show them empathy when they are trying to express their points, and hear and understand their perspective and listen well and comprehend exactly what they are saying. Number two, communicate openly and honestly. It is a fundamental problem where in a lot of relationships, people are scared to express themselves. People are scared to open up because now it's either you get shot down or you get cut off most of the time when you're trying to communicate openly and honestly. So it is important to allow people that we date to be able to share their thoughts and their feelings in the relationships they find themselves in. And those things clearly encourage your partner to come forward whenever they feel some form of misgivings or misunderstandings, or if they don't feel good about a particular thing that happened, or something that you are doing. So it is really important to create that environment of openness and honesty, because transparency builds trust and strengthens the connection. It is important to create a space and environment that builds trust and promotes a strong connection, instead of creating a space where your partner cannot come to you, or they can't even trust you with their feelings. That thing is a very dangerous thing to have in relationships. Number three, show appreciation and affection. And a lot of times, our partners go over and beyond for us, either it be financially or the things that they do around the household. It is important for us to show appreciation for the small things that they do for us. No? And we should give gratitude to them and show that they are recognized and they are appreciated. And thus motivates them to put more effort into the relationship, because people grow tired from dating people who just want to take, people who are not appreciative. It creates a lot of issues in relationships. So it is very vital for us to look within and see that we need to appreciate the things that our partners are doing for us, either it be monetary or non-monetary. Because just your partner showing you love or paying attention to your needs, that also needs to be shown appreciation. Because now those small gestures that that person does for you, and you return the favor also with those small gestures, it has a big significance. It makes them feel valued, it makes them feel recognized, that no, as I'm cleaning around the space, I'm cooking for my husband appreciates my cooking, he's thankful, he cleans after himself, he's not treating me like a slave. Same as the ladies, as my man is providing for me, I am not only taking from him, I'm able to give, I'm buying him gifts, I'm doing certain things for him to show that I appreciate him providing a lot of things for us. And number four, be supportive. Being a supportive partner is vital in the growth of relationship. Be there for your partner during challenges and good times. Because 9 times out of 10, when people have obstacles, we expect those people that we are dating to play this role of a husband, or this role of a wife, or this role of a boyfriend or girlfriend. And we forget that people are not always at their 100%, and people cannot always fulfill the things that we want them to be. Sometimes we must allow our partners to become at a 0%, and then we fill their cup, and vice versa. When we are at zero, they are able to fill our cup. But the way the dating scene is dated, it's a give me world, where no one is trying to fill nobody's cup. It's always wanting things in return, and instead of reciprocating energy both ways. And it creates a lot of problems that day. And you must offer encouragement and emotional support when they need it. A lot of you want your partners to go above and beyond for you, but you don't offer encouragement, you don't offer support, you are not there, you don't understand what is it that they're doing. As long as they're able to give you money and do all these things for you, you don't encourage them with nothing. Number 5, respect boundaries. There's a lot of instances in relationships where people do not respect boundaries, and they tend to overstep in many instances, where you find a woman being in a relationship with a man, and this man has certain types of hobbies. He likes playing video games, or he likes anime, whatever it is. Just because it's not important to her, she feels the need to interrupt him, to feel as if she needs to take away that energy away from me, and not allow him to have his own space and time. Same as the man. You come into a woman's life, you do not want, you expect her to change a certain aspect of her life to fit your narrative, to how you want her to be. So it is important for people to respect boundaries, and understand and respect other people's personal spaces. And that thing will create a space of oneness. Because if you pay attention to what your person is into, and you respect the things that they love, and you respect their space, they can see the value in you. But a lot of you are disrespectful, in a sense that you want to overtake the space and make it all about you. And that thing creates a lot of problems in a whole lot of relationships, because this needs to create a healthy balance between closeness and independence. We're not saying that if you especially as a woman, you need to be close even if your man is away from you. He can be in the next room doing his own thing, but for the fact that he's within your presence, you must be okay with that. Same with the man. Allow her to do her things, allow her to be in her own space. Don't overcrowd that girl. Number 6, a lot of us need to learn how to work on conflict, because we don't have conflict resolution skills. We tend to react, and we don't have the solutions for our reactions. We are too emotional, and we don't know how to regulate those emotions. Because you find a lot of women say that I'm emotional and all these things, and the guys, they are reactive because their ego is bruised, or they feel a certain type of way, and then they react in a way that will not be redeemable. Because sometimes the way we react is how the person perceives us for the long term. Because for all this time we've never had disagreements, and you don't have conflict resolution skills, and now the one time we have a disagreement, now you start swearing at me, now you start shouting, now you start throwing things. Am I supposed to forgive that and expect that that was just a mistake, and you are not that type of person? People need to self-regulate and have emotional intelligence, especially when it comes to conflict things. Number 7, a lot of couples do not invest time, or rather invest quality time together. Meaning that a lot of people see having sex as being intimate. There's various ways of being intimate: cooking together, doing activities, cleaning the house together, doing the garden together, washing the cars together, going shopping together, experiencing each other sometimes without even saying a word to one another, watching a series together, sitting down and not doing anything sexual. And we don't realize the importance of bonding in that way. It's because sometimes being around your person, it creates a strong bond together, and you get to understand and see the space that your person is in. But a lot of us are very distracted. We are always trying to go out every weekend. You find guys, when it hits weekend, I'm going to the boys. If it's a girl, I'm going to my friends, and all these things. And we don't find time just to reset, stay away from the things that we are pursuing during the week, and just find time with one another. Number 8, self-reflection and growth. You know, in a lot of relationships, people need to learn how to be self-aware and understand the impact of their behavior and how they operate and move, and that will grow them to be better partners in relationships. Because you need to ask yourself as a woman that, am I kind to the man that I claim to love? Or as a man, am I kind? Do I speak positivity to my partner? And do I say the right things? Am I treating this person the right way, even when in disagreements? Or am I disagreeing in a way that still shows love and empathy? Or am I disagreeing in a way that is very disrespectful and treats them like less of a human being? So self-reflection is really important because it grows us as individuals. But we live in a society where the men lack responsibility the way the women lack accountability. When women have to take accountability of their actions and their behaviors, they become emotional, they always gaslight, they do a whole lot of things. Or the men, when they have to take responsibility of their actions, they become withdrawn and they don't want to take initiative. It's problematic. And the last 2, be reliable and trustworthy, guys. Being a reliable partner is really important. Be there in the smallest moments and in the biggest of moments. Same with the woman. Be there, be present. Don't miss all the key moments in your partner's life, no matter how small and minute. It counts. Because when I can trust you with the small things, I can trust you with the big things. And if you're present for the small moments, I know you'll be there in the big moments. And this is where a lot of people lack this understanding. And the last one, balance independence and togetherness. There needs to be a fine balance between understanding that you have to spend a lot of time with your partner, but also allow your partner to have a life. Don't be angry when your partner needs to go see his friends. Don't be angry if your partner has to have a girl's brunch or whatever. Because you guys choose partners that you know you can't trust, and then you start having insecurities, and then you take those insecurities, you take them to the next relationships, because you guys cannot spend quality time by yourselves and to heal actively so that you can attract better people in your lives. So I hope this video is helpful and teaches people that you need to work on ourselves and make sure that the people that we are also allowing into our lives, they've done the necessary work to be better partners to us. So I hope this video gets received positively and it helps a lot of people.